All right, we are back live on YouTube for part 3 of this stream that should have only been one part. I'll explain to everybody what's going on that's just joining us. If you've been here throughout the night, I'm sure you're aware of what's going on. I will also explain what happened after part 2. It's pretty sad. I want to make sure that the notification has gone out. This is my third and final notification, if it even goes out, of the day. So this will be my only stream, besides the other 2 I did, part 1 and part 2, for the rest of the day. I'm going to take the rest of the day off after this, and I'm going to be back probably on Thursday night for a following stream. So if anyone is wondering from the stream at some point tomorrow or tomorrow evening, or actually later today, it is Wednesday, March 3rd, 2021. I will not be streaming after this for at least 24 hours. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and just make sure that things are rolling smoothly. And they absolutely are. We have 7 people here. I'm going to wait for a few more people to come on back. I'm sure that Lycantheory is probably simulcasting me somewhere. And that's fine. Do what you got to do. And Robert, I know that wasn't your account. I know how this game is being played. I'm going to share with everyone exactly what happened. And you folks can figure out what you want to do. You want to stay out of this mess. I want to stay out of this mess. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And unfortunately, we're going to have to take some other action that I really didn't want to take. The notification has gone out. That is my third and final notification within a 24-hour period. That's all YouTube allows. You can create as many videos as you want per day. I think up to 30 is the max, but only 3 notifications will go out per 24-hour period. So, and that's fine. I've also turned off the screen recorded version of the chat, so I'm not going to be doing that for a while, if ever again. I may never even bring back the screen capturing of the YouTube live chat on the YouTube side of things, because these people are just insane, and they are trying to play as many games as possible to try to destroy my channel, falsely copyright me. It's just ridiculous. And, here's the thing. I'm not triggered by this whole thing. I'm not upset by this whole thing. It is rather disappointing that a group of grown men in their 30s and 40s and even 50s in some cases are behaving this way. It's absolutely despicable and pathetic. And it just shows their character, and it shows the type of people that they are. And it shows how they see themselves, which is even more pathetic and despicable. It really is. But at the end of the day, my channel is going to go on, and I'm going to continue to move this forward with a good group of people. Yeah, Mo says, back again, and he says, this is stupid, grow up, people. Yeah. Yeah, they just can't let it go, man. They can't let it go, and it's just really sad. And see, now I believe it is Trim coming in. Trim Hits is coming in, who's known as Ronaldo, and he's the doctor I have a restraining order on. He's coming in with the logo. The thing is, look, I'm not displaying it on the screen, so you can't copyright anything, and it gets removed from the chat. And you can't flag a chat for copyright, because that's a public account. So you want to keep coming back in, Jamie, and I'm sure that the Trim Hits Ronaldo persona, who's actually the doctor, you guys want to keep coming in and doing what you're doing. We're just going to keep banning you. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. So, I'm taking other preventative protective measures. Again, I'm not showing the screen recorded version of the chat. So they want to come in and try to do what they were doing earlier. We're just going to ban them and move on. That's all. Let me give you folks a synopsis of what happened. You can't block them to where they don't receive your notifications. Now, YouTube streams, anything publicly available on YouTube can be seen even by people that are blocked. It's just that they can't chat once they're blocked. It's called a shadow ban. It's basically, that's why it now says hide user from channel instead of blocked, because they're not technically blocked from your channel. You hide the user from being able to comment in your chat, but these people have multiple accounts, Moti, because they have nothing better to do than come in here and to try to troll the chat. And all we do is block them and ignore them, and they want to keep coming back in and regurgitating the same stuff over and over and over again that everyone's tired of. That's fine. People are eventually going to see the true colors here. They're going to get tired of this stuff, right? And, it doesn't trigger me. It doesn't bother me. I'm like reporting the news right now. I'm like a news reporter, right? It's just really sad. They're going to keep coming back in on their sock accounts, and, I'm not even going to read what you say. I'm just going to ban you immediately. It's not a big deal. You want to waste your day away and waste your life away trolling me? Then have at it. Do what you got to do. But I'm going to do what I've got to do. So what ended up happening, folks? Part one of the show, I had to end it abruptly after, I think it was a little over an hour into it. An account by the name of General Lycan came in with the Lycantheory wolf logo. And because I display the chat on my screens, not anymore, I did the first two streams, Jamie was going to go back and file a copyright strike on my channel when I went to a replay. So I removed and deleted that stream, and then I came back and did a part two, and I made it a members-only chat. And then I moderated the people that were in my chat because they've been around for a little while. And, I figured, hey, if one of them is rogue, we'll just catch them and we'll ban them right away, right? I wanted the people to be able to chat that were chatting. Hang on a second, folks. Is the stream running smoothly? I think I'm getting a false positive. It says YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Yeah, I just want to make sure, is everything running smooth? Yeah, I think it is. That false positive message just went away. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure, is everything running smooth? Yeah. So basically, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Clear, all smooth. Thank you. Basically, I started a part two, and I made it a members-only chat, like I said, because I wanted to avoid them coming back in and doing the same thing. And I was screen recording the chat, like I typically do, or displaying the chat on the screen. And I made, 4 people that were in the chat temporary moderators because they've been around for a while and they seemed decent, but you never know. Sometimes people play the game, and one of them did, right? And about, I think 11 or 15 or 20 minutes into it, I can't remember how long it was short. The Bruce Carpel account was actually Jamie, and basically changed the picture to the Lycantheory wolf logo, and then put a hashtag in the chat, a derogatory statement regarding my ex-girlfriend that they've been joking about for quite some time now. Now, how do I know that that's definitely Jamie and not, this Ronaldo trim hits and the doctor person have a restraining order on already? How do I know that it's not him and I know it's Jamie? It's because Trim Hits and Ronaldo and this doctor guy, the same person, that have been trolling people for a long time, they practically don't like Jamie more than they don't like me. And so, there's no way that he would do that. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. And Jamie's gonna go around later today and do all these streams and talk about this. Talk about it all you want, dude. But he's gonna deny it was him, but it was absolutely him. It was absolutely him. And so I shut down that stream. I deleted the first 2 streams, part 1 and part 2, to protect my channel from a fraudulent copyright strike that YouTube would probably put through, simply because the guy comes in the chat with his logo as his channel icon, and because it displays on my chat on my screen, I guess he could technically copyright that. I'm not taking any chances at all. Well, they made up a fake account, Mo. They didn't steal or copy Bruce's name. People make up fake names to make it appear real. That's what they do, right? So I shut down that stream, and then I came back on this one. Now, part 1 and part 2 of both of these, both of those streams will be available within a few hours after this stream ends here on A Grip on Life 2. If you want to, check out what's on A Grip on Life 2, Uncensored Live Streams, that's my backup channel. You can subscribe to it. Nightbot sharing the link in the description section, or in the chat section. I mean, every 7 minutes. I'm not sure if I put A Grip on Life 2 in the description. What I will do is I will add the Grip on Life 2 channel link in the description after the live stream ends. As far as Facebook goes, I put the first 2 videos on Facebook to private, and I'm probably going to put the third one to private as well. If somebody's watching live right now, you probably have no clue what's going on. And this really doesn't involve my Facebook audience. And I just don't want to confuse them. But because I have my open broadcast software set up to actually stream to both places, and I would have to do some fancy rearranging to do it otherwise, I just decided to broadcast it live out there. Then I'll just put it to private afterwards. If anyone's watching on Facebook while this is still publicly available, if you want more information about how to get the other parts of the stream, just come over to my YouTube channel. You're going to see part 3 of this video over there, and below the description at that point you're going to be able to see how to subscribe to A Grip on Life 2, Uncensored Live Streams, to see part 1 and part 2. I can sit here, folks, and take this one of 2 ways. I can sit here and get triggered like I used to in the past when I didn't understand these YouTube streets. When I didn't understand these YouTube streets as well as I do now. Or I can just handle it maturely and professionally and do what I have to do to protect myself from these crazy people and move forward. And that's what I've decided to do. I've decided that, from here on out, I'm going to handle things maturely on YouTube, just like I always have in my life outside of YouTube, also known as in my real life. And so I'm going to make an announcement here because I'm not afraid to tell people anything. This has gotten to the point of where Jamie Lycantheory has taken this way too far. And I've sent Jamie a cease and desist. I sent him a cease and desist many months ago. He did a video response to it, put it in his kitty litter box, and had his cat poop on it, which I will be using as evidence to file and get a civil harassment order on you. I've decided, and I'm going public on this, and you guys can talk about it all day. I will be working on over the next few weeks, in addition to what I'm doing, in putting together all my information. And then I'm going to be filing a civil harassment order on Jamie Lycantheory here in my neck of the woods in San Mateo County. Got plenty of evidence. I even had him, making death threats to me, and much, much more. It's come to the point of where, I can sit here and ignore this, and I have been ignoring it, and it doesn't bother me. But what it does affect is the people that I care for, and the people of the audience I'm building, and they don't deserve this. No matter how strong I am, and no matter how well I'm able to handle it, this is not fair to my audience. And it has affected my audience from being able to grow properly. People get tired of this stuff. They get scared away by it, and it's just not right. I've tried to, handle this with Lycantheory, aka Jamie, civilly, many, many times. And every time that I try to handle it maturely and civilly, he tells me to shove it up my you-know-what. That's fine, Jamie. That's fine. And, you can tell me to shove it up my you-know-what all that you want, and you can even tell me to shove my civil harassment order when I get it on you up my you-know-what as well. It doesn't matter. What's going to matter is that the law is going to now hold you accountable legally for any actions that you make or take towards me. You want to keep on publicly, bullying myself and harassing me and doing that to my audience. That's fine. Once I get that harassment order on you, I'll be filing violations, and you just handle it with the law. If you want to take it to that point, it didn't have to get to this point, Jamie. It didn't have to get to this point, man. But the reason why I feel it got to this point with him is because this guy has nothing besides what he's doing. And he's more than capable of creating something out of himself in a positive way. But besides this thing that he's been doing out here for so long to harm and hurt other people, he even creates funds. Like he created a fund when he was simulcasting another creator that was talking about him called the Assassin Fund, right? And he thinks that cannot be used against him, right? He thinks that he can go to the court of law and say, I was just joking, Your Honor, with creating an assassin fund on my channel and taking donations, to try to just scare off the other person that was doing a reaction video to me, right? I'd like to see him answer that question in a court of law. But see, Jamie likes to roll the dice. He likes to play the system. He thinks that no one's ever going to take legal action on him, so he's going to continue to skate the law and play the system until somebody takes that action. And now it's gotten to the point of where enough is enough. I've talked so many times in the past about, lawsuits and stuff like that. And I was serious about that. And I backed off regarding that for a little while because, Jamie kind of tapered off for a while, but then he reinserted himself. He's going to say I reinserted myself, but no, he reinserted himself and started doing, things to me and other people. And apparently he had to do that because maybe his traction was not as great as it was. Maybe his sponsor was telling him, hey, I need more of that content from you, right? And maybe his sponsor is not directly saying that I'm going to pull your sponsorship if you don't create this content. But when your sponsor that's paying you 80% of your salary and that's $4,000 per month comes to you and says, dude, I need better content than that. Come on, dude, give me more content, even in a friendly way. In other words, he's telling Jamie that I'm paying you for this, so you got to do it, right? Right? And that's what these people do. They basically blackmail you to do things, and they state it in ways that they can't be legally held accountable as blackmail. But we all know it's blackmail, right? We all know it's blackmail. Interesting. So it seems like maybe Raleigh's botting me again. Are you botting me, Raleigh? How pathetic, man. How pathetic. These people love me so much they can't get enough. They can't get enough. That's cool, Raleigh. You could spend $25 a month to butt people with a few hundred views each month, $1 each time, right? That's what you mentioned on your stream, right, Raleigh? What's that going to do? Absolutely nothing. YouTube's going to remove those views once it goes to a replay. They're not going to shut my channel down. They know morons like you do that stuff. So, yeah, you can bot me all you want, bro. Go for it. I don't care. YouTube will fix that. And they know I'm a good channel. Mo says, and waste your time, right? They'll get tired and move on eventually. No, they won't. Not Jamie. This is Jamie's business. He's being paid to do this, bro. Any normal human being would not have been able to sustain this as long as Jamie did had he not been getting paid the money he's getting paid from his sponsor. So that's what he's protecting right here. He's protecting his sponsorship by doing all this stuff. He's putting himself in a whole world of legal doo-doo. It's only going to take one person to take the action that no one else has done. Now, I took one step. I sent him a cease and desist many months ago. That's a legal document. Okay? Now, he can ignore the cease and desist, right? But now, when I get my civil harassment order on him, I'm going to go to the judge and say, Judge, I sent this person a cease and desist. Here's a notarized copy of it. And here's a video, Judge, of him publicly putting the cease and desist I sent him in his kitty litter box, and his kitty's taking a poop on it. What do you think the judge's going to say about that, right? And I would love to see Jamie Lycantheory fly out from Florida, 2,500 miles to San Mateo County, and meet me in court. I'd love to see you in court, James. And when I say James, I mean Jamie. I want you to show up. I hope you spend the money on the flight and hotel accommodations and do all that, right? And if you want to live stream outside the courtroom, right? You want to go live to your pathetic, echo chamber audience, that's on you. I don't care what you do. The bottom line is that you put yourself in this position, man, and you're not going to stop until somebody takes legal action on you. And it's gotten to that point. Mo says, did they just steal or copy Bruce's name? I already answered that. They just make a fake account with any fake name that sounds somewhat real, dude. Mo says, why get personal in real life? This is a show, not real life crap. Well, I'm a life coach, bro, and I help people realistically. But these people are a drama channel, or they're a drama group of people. They're an echo chamber. They're an echo chamber of losers, pathetic losers that are grown adults in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond that behave like 2-year-olds because they don't love themselves. I say that over and over again. That's the truth, bro. That's the absolute truth. James Pink says, this L theory hasn't got a civil bone in his body. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He does not. James Pink says his art has failed him. He knows he lacks the ability of a real artist and relies on his demented sponsor to support his lifestyle. If you can call it a lifestyle. I wouldn't want to live my life in that way, bro. What normal, decent woman is going to want to have a life with a guy like that, right? He's only going to attract women that behave like him. And those women have mental and emotional issues that need professional help anyway. I'm not saying that disrespectfully. It's the truth, right? This is what this guy has made out of himself. This is what this guy has made out of himself. It's just sad. It's really sad. It does sadden me, right? Now, I did mention a few other people in my previous streams, RJ Sandifer and JB Gunner. JB, if you want to go back and watch part 1, I think it's towards the end of part 1. And same with you, RJ. I mentioned you folks throughout, part 1, and I believe a little bit in part 2 as well. But I'll say this again. JB, I'm not looking to be your friend, and I know you're not looking to be my friend. We have totally different content, totally different audiences. I'm not looking to leverage you or anything like that. But I'd be willing to work with you and other people that have been victimized by Lycantheory and get this to stop. It's gone far enough. Now, I understand you may tell me to go shove it up my you-know-what. I had some issues with JB in the past, and I handled them, and we've moved on from it. And despite what's happened, JB, like I said, I can at least respect the fact that you stopped, doing what you were doing, and you moved on, and you kept on creating your own content, and that's what you're doing. But if nothing else, that's fine. I just wanted to throw that out there. Whether you want to help out or not, it's not a big deal. I'm going to handle this with people that want to handle it with me and move forward, regardless. Just wanted to throw it out there. As far as you, RJ, I know you're going to hear about this and you're going to want to do panels on this. RJ, I'd be willing to come and do a show with you, just you and me on your channel at some point tomorrow. It's probably going to have to be, probably early evening for you before your dinner, a few hours before your dinner time, because I've got some work to do do some minor editing to the first two parts of this stream that I deleted from this channel, the A Grip on Life main channel, the monetized channel, and I'll be re-uploading them both to A Grip on Life 2 uncensored live streams. So if you want me to come on that show and you and I just talk about this, and let's say you watch all 3 parts, RJ, you're going to have to go to A Grip on Life 2 to watch part 1 and part 2, which, like I said, will be available in a couple hours from now. I'd say the videos on A Grip on Life 2 will be available by around 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. Pacific. I have to edit them quickly and then upload them. I do have fiber. They'll upload fast, but it still takes a little time to process. And they'll be labeled on the thumbnail part 1 and part 2, and then I'll change this thumbnail to label part 3, which will still be publicly available here on the main A Grip on Life channel as a reference point to the other 2. RJ, if you can't really see what's happening here and what these people are doing that you want to associate yourself with, which is what I'm trying to say, I don't know what more to tell you, bro. I don't know what more to tell you. I do care about you. I think you're a good person. But if you want to continue to associate with people that, do the things that, Jamie does and did tonight to my channel, and him and his group have done to other people's channels, like Lewis Fuller's channel. He's a disabled YouTuber just like yourself. If you condone that type of behavior, RJ, and you're okay with that, right? Then, do what you got to do. I don't want to be a part of that. But if you want to have a civil conversation about this, RJ, and you are ready to move on from this nonsensical BS drama, echo chamber, that all stems back to one person, Jamie Lycantheory, who just has no other purpose in life but to do this. And he's so desperate to keep this facade going that he'll try any shady thing to prevent anyone from stopping his unethical and, if not illegal, borderline illegal activities out here on YouTube. So you let me know. I'm going to wrap this up in a few minutes, folks. If you have any questions in the chat on YouTube, let me know. There's nobody on Facebook. No one cares about this on Facebook. No one really wants to care about this on YouTube either. But I didn't have a choice but to do this tonight. I thought about it, and I wanted to do it because I'm just really, really tired of how much this one person has affected a lot of good people out here on this YouTube platform. I love YouTube. I love doing this. I love helping people. And I have the right to come out here and do what I enjoy doing and follow the community guidelines and the copyright guidelines and the ad-friendly monetization guidelines. I have the right to do that without being harassed, cyberbullied, attacked, etc. Now the back end of YouTube says no data, and that's back. It was a false positive. No, Mo, there are not 186 people watching. A guy by the name of Raleigh, who's a part of Jamie Lycantheory's echo chamber on his channel, he's botting me. He bots people because he thinks it's cool. He thinks botting is cool. He thinks it's going to actually do something to trigger me or to get my channel shut down, which it won't. YouTube knows that there are people doing this to attack people, and all YouTube does is filter out those botted views at the end of the stream. At the same time, they also bot people, bro, because they're probably simulcasting me right now, and they don't want me to see how many people I have here, so they can simulcast me on their channels. Raleigh, I don't care if you simulcast me all day, every day from this point on. You and Jamie and DeRosa and Lauren and any one of your pathetic echo chamber group of people can simulcast me all day, every day. Okay, that's different, LOL. It is, Mo. It is, Mo. Absolutely. No problem. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. I'm not concerned about that. When I have an issue with a certain group of people, I go to the source. Because if you take out the source, everyone else starts falling like flies, right? So quite frankly, I really don't care what you do, Raleigh or DeRosa or any one of Jamie Lycantheory's minions, right? Because without Jamie doing what he's doing, and you know, it's pretty much Jamie's audience he built from myself and JD Gunner's rejects, pretty much people that weren't on our channels for the right reasons, so we removed them, and Jamie swooped them up years ago, and now, you know, you guys are all sharing this echo chamber audience from channel to channel to channel. It's pretty freaking pathetic, man. So do what you got to do. Bot me every day, live stream, you know, what do you call it? Simulcast my live streams. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Eventually, your people are going to get bored, and they're going to leave you anyway, right? Because there's nothing new about it. But again, RJ, if you want to talk with me on a stream and you want to be professional and mature about it, after viewing part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this stream, part 1 and part 2 on Agrippa on Life 2, and part 3 right here on the Agrippa on Life main channel, then you let me know. I'm not looking to do any funny stuff. I care about you, RJ, and I care about good people that have been manipulated and brainwashed and taken advantage of by these people. It's pretty sad, man. It's pretty freaking sad. If you're just joining us, there are 3 parts of this show. Go back and check out the replay of this show first. It will explain everything that's going on. And then if you want to go and watch part 1 and part 2 of, you know, this show tonight, that's going to be re-uploaded to A Grip on Life 2. I have to edit a few parts that you know, Jamie would copyright strike. I explained more about that at the beginning of this stream here, part 3, and the other 2 streams as well. So that's pretty much everything I have to say. I hate to have to, hate's a strong word. I don't even like using it, but, you know, I regret to have to say this, but, you know, I've got to move forward with legal action with a civil harassment order on Jamie Lycantheory. And if he violates that order, I'm just going to have to, you know, file violations on him. You know, and he's just not going to stop. I mean, I can ignore him. Everyone else can ignore him. He's not going to stop because his life depends on continuing to harass, cyberbully, and attack people all day, every day on YouTube, because that's what he's being paid for by his sponsor. And it's going to stop. And if it doesn't stop, you know, once that order is in place, then, you know what, he's going to end up being fined $1,000 per infraction and or up to 6 months or a year in jail. If that's how he wants to play it and roll the dice, that's on him. You can talk about me all day, Jamie. You can talk about me all day, Ronaldo. Let's call you Ronaldo. Ronaldo, Jamie, Raleigh, DeRosa, Lauren. All of you can talk about me all day, every day. I'm going to tune all of you out, get some rest, and do some other things that have a lot more meaning to me in my personal life. But hey, continue doing what you're doing and see what's going to come next. I'm not threatening anybody. I handle things legally, professionally, and maturely. Motique says, you have handled this inciting behavior with maturity as usual. You've done a great job holding Lewis's stream up. Now you're doing it again. Thumbs up to you. You're a good example on how to handle this kind of stuff. Bro, these people have come at me harder than any other trolls have come at any other YouTuber on this platform. Fortunately for me, I was raised by a strong father, and I learned to be a strong man. I became a strong man. So I'm lucky to be as strong as I am to be able to handle this, bro. But some people aren't as strong. Some people have taken their life over something like this. And the last thing I want to allow these people to do is hurt somebody so bad in the ways they've done to me that they take their life. If I can have my part in stopping it, that's what I'm going to do. Again, folks, I will not be live for the rest of the day. I'm taking the rest of the day off. I've done 3 streams with 3 notifications. I've maxed out on YouTube notifications, and I probably would have taken the day off anyway after this. So I will be back tomorrow, Thursday evening. Actually, I may not even be back on Thursday. I'll probably be back on Friday. I'm probably going to take, let me just think here. No, I'll be back tomorrow evening. By that point, all of the notifications will have been reset. So I'll be back tomorrow evening, probably around 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, maybe a little bit before that or a little bit after that, with a normal, regular, coaching stream for those of you that are open to those suggestions and change that I teach. All right, folks, have yourselves a great day, and I will see you all next time. I'm not going to do any, fancy outros on this or any end screens. It's just going to be a raw and real video. Take care. Have a good one. And Mo says, right, don't let them win. Have a great day. You too, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye. We're out of here. Peace out.